Hello and welcome to Recap Flicks. Today I will present you an action, drama and romance movie from 2010 titled, The Tourist. Enjoy. A woman named Elise, played by Angelina Jolie, is being trailed in Paris by French police working with Scotland Yard. While she was at a cafe pub, she receives a letter from Alexander Pierce, a former lover, with explicit directions to board a train to Venice, Italy, pick out a man who resembles him, and make the police believe that this man is Alexander Pierce. A mysterious stranger, not involved with the police, also seems to be watching Elise. Elise burns the letter and boards a train. She takes a seat across from Frank, played by Johnny Depp, an American tourist reading a spy novel. Frank is instantly attracted to her. They start chatting and Frank invites her to join him for dinner, and when Frank properly proposed the invitation, Elise accepted. While they are having dinner, they are also being followed by agents and they are taken pictures of. The train arrives in Venice, and she invites him to go with her on a boat to the Hotel Daniele. At dinner, much to Frank's dismay, Elise admits to having feelings for another man, presumably Alexander Pierce. Later on her room's balcony, they share a kiss, witnessed by the men following her. After they went to bed, Frank is dreaming and fantasizing about entering her room and kissing her passionately. The next day, Frank awakens to find Elise gone. Men suddenly try to break into the hotel room. Frank barely escapes by running over several roofs in his pajamas, but is caught by the Italian police. A sympathetic detective listens to Frank's story that he does not know why these men are after him. He takes Frank from the jail and tells him that his story checks out and that the men after him were Belarusians, who have placed a price on his head and believe Frank to be someone else. The detective, however, then delivers Frank into the clutches of these same men, in order to collect the money they promised. Elise suddenly appears with a boat to rescue Frank, and they flee together. Elise finally tells Frank that all this is happening because she kissed him and made the police believe that he was Alexander Pierce. Frank learns that Pierce stole $2 billion from a gangster named Shaw and is also wanted by the British government for tax evasion. Stunned by the news, Frank says he still does not regret kissing Elise. Elise apologizes for getting him involved at all and tricks Frank off the boat. Frank says he loves her. Elise goes to a government building. She turns out to be a British secret agent. She sees her fellow British agent Atchison, which was among those following her in Paris. Elise was supposed to work undercover, against Pierce, but fell in love with him and had disappeared from her job until now. She tells Atchison that she is ready to help him find Pierce now, because she wants to prevent anybody else from getting hurt. Elise goes to a ball Pierce has invited her to attend, wearing a wire. The letter is from Alexander Pierce, saying where to meet him. As Elise turns to leave, Frank appears and prevents her exit. They dance. Elise leaves to find Pierce, and Agent Atchison's men apprehend Frank. They both watch on surveillance equipment as Elise walks into a trap set by the gangster named Shaw. The gangster threatens to kill her, unless she reveals the location of the safe, holding the money Alexander Pierce stole from him. Agent Atchison doesn't intervene for his colleague Elise, confident that Pierce will show up to rescue her. Elise reveals the safe's location but does not know its code. Frank watches in horror as Elise is threatened yet again. Seeing that Atchison won't help Elise, Frank picks the lock to his handcuffs and escapes to help her. Frank pretends to be Pierce. Elise begs him to stop or he will be killed. As Frank pretends that he is about to open the safe, Elise says to him, "I love you." All of a sudden, Chief Inspector Jones gives the order for the police snipers to shoot Shaw and his men. Frank and Elise are unharmed. As the police survey the scene, Agent Atchison can't believe that Pierce did not save Elise, and Inspector Jones is furious with him for exposing her to danger. Jones then informs Elise that her engagement for the mission is terminated. A police report informs them that Pierce has just been caught. As the room clears, Elise and Frank embrace. He asks her if she loves both him and Alexander Pierce. Elise answers yes. To spare her from this dilemma, Frank demonstrates that he is the real Alexander Pierce by entering the correct code for the safe. Pierce had gotten plastic surgery, so he could have a new life. Meanwhile, the arrested man believed to be Pierce explains to police that he was paid to pose as him but that he is really just a tourist. Elise and Frank/Pierce leave on a boat with the money, finally being able to be together. In the open safe, police find a banker's check for the £744 million in back taxes Pierce owed the British government. And this is how the movie ends. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.